13.
So Moshe went to Midian, for he was afraid to return to Mitzrayim on account of Pharaoh. And he went and sat at a well of water in Midian.
So he went to Midian. All right, now we got Moshe going to Midian here. That's just 76, 21 through 20.
Man,
I
mean, was healthy.
I know. He sure did. 76, 21 through 24.
And Moshe related to Yahuah that he had fled from Mitzrayim, and that he reigned 40 years over Cush.
So he's telling them what he did. He reigned 40 years over Cush. We see that.
And that they afterward had taken the government from him, and had sent him away in shalom with honor and with presents.
We saw him sending him away with honor, presents, gifts.
And when Yahuah had heard the words of Moshe, Yahuah said within himself, I'll put this man into the prison house, whereby I shall consolate the children of Cush, for he has fled from them.
He left them and he fled from them, and he's saying, I'm going to help them out. It's like he deserted them, but he didn't desert them. And it's saying he had a thought to put him in the prison house.
And they took and put him into the prison house, and Moshe was in prison 10 years.
10 years. Now, here we go.
I thought he was just going to do a background
Wait a minute. Wait. Here we go. 10 years. 10 more years. Here we go. He's supposed to be the one to get them out. What are we doing? Why the father got him going through this?
That's a speaker
Yeah.
How do you get cool after that? How am I supposed to read that for 10 years? Like, hey, bro, that 10 years thing, bro, let's put it behind us.
Talk to him about it later.
10 years? I mean, I know that she helped him out and everything, but...
He'll tell you. He can't get up. He's struggling with it, ain't he?
I'm struggling not saying anything.
I mean, I know it's scary to meet the father, but I don't know nobody went on in jail, bro.
I know.
And while Moshe was in the prison house, Zipporah, the daughter of Yahuah, took pity over him, and supported him with bread and water all the time.
So she's taking care of him.
Man.
If it wasn't for this, he wouldn't have made it.
And all the children of Yashar were yet in the land of Mitzrayim, serving the Mitzrayim.
Who are they serving?
Mitzrayim.
No, they serving Yahuah. Today, our people think they can serve Yahuah in the lands of our captivity. Foolish thinking. Who told us that? Did the Father say we can serve him in the land of our captivity? No, you're going to serve your enemies. I know.
That's their philosophy. They don't want to be going out through the world. They might even be doing their stuff.
Yeah.
Be in a certain place.
Serving Mitzrayim in all manner of hard work.
Hard work.
Oh, man.
And the hand of Mitzrayim continued in severity over the children of Yashar in those days.
Mm-hmm. So much for our deliverer. Where is he? You cannot tell me, hold up. You cannot tell me you sitting in this bondage, working hard, sweating tears, making bricks out of straw and mortar. You cannot tell me that all these years passed and you still holding on to the prophecy. It wasn't many, family. Everybody just about gave up hope.
Probably turned to a legend at this point.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, myth.
Don't y'all understand now why
Bigfoot.
when they actually came out, many of Yasharal died in those days? They gave up hope. Our people quick to give up hope. The time hasn't arrived yet for us to go to the wilderness? Oh, well, shoot, let's go back to Babylon then. Why that's always the answer? Go back to the lands of our captivity.
I guess we would rather live in the certainty of badness than the uncertainty of goodness. I don't know, man.
Crazy. But these people, of course, we gotta the Most High showing us his time, and he's showing us how long it took. We can quickly and easily say Moshe delivered the children of Yasharal out of the land of Mitzrayim. But hold up, what did he go through? What did they go through? How much time passed? Let's settle down on this and dig it. Let this marinate. The Most High's time. He is. All right, Exodus 7 and 7. Watch this.
And Moshe was 80 years old, and Aaron 83 years old.
Moshe was 80 years old, and Aaron 83 years old.
When they spoke to Pharaoh.
When the Most High sent them to Pharaoh, they were in their 80s. How old are you? How old are you? What if you had to wait within the borders for 80 years before we go to the wilderness? What if you have to wait 210 years before we go to the wilderness within the borders? What if you had to wait that long?
I would look at the positives. Like, we're not in hard bondage.
No. No, we're not in hard bondage.
We don't have to worry about our sons being thrown to the alligators.
No, the son's not being thrown to the alligators. There's a lot of positives we can look at.
Yeah. And most of put us in a position where it's not completely unfair, but it's going to be difficult.
Yeah, it will be challenging. Look. We're not in the lands of our captivity. The wickedness here, it's not as severe as it is in Babylon and the other lands we came from. The wickedness is not as severe. There is wickedness here. We have to make it known. They're without Torah. What do you expect? We know this. We know that the other world, we know Babylon is an influence on the rest of the world, and they only acting like her. It's a cancer. That madness spreads.
You know, you can't really blame him because, like, if you have a falling out with someone and they're obviously wrong, it's like it's time for you guys to make up. You can't take them back too easy, you know? Or like you remember, something happened at a job, you come back, and the boss admits that he was actually wrong with
Yeah.
what really happened. You should get like a pay raise or something like that.
Right.
It should be a better situation for you.
Yeah.
So he's got to make it difficult for us.
Of course.
To see, do we really want to get back?
Of course. Of course, he's going to see what's in our hearts. We don't know what's in our hearts. And the time will come when you will see what's in your heart. The time will come when I will see what's in my heart. We'll be like, man, I didn't know that was there. See, when everything's okay, you won't see it. Josh, 80, 1 and 2.
And at the end of 2 years, Yahuah again sent Moshe to Pharaoh.
Hold up. Wait a second. Abba, what in the world are you doing? So Moshe was 80 years old. Aaron was 83 years old when he sent them to Pharaoh the first time. And now he sent them again at the end of 2 years. That's 2 more years? Why not the next day or 2 more days? At least 2 months. 2 months maximum. At the end of 2 more years. See, we read he went to send Moshe and Aaron to Pharaoh. He didn't let the people go. Then Most High sent them back. We don't look at the time frame because that time is not important to us. We don't deal with it.
Even though The Prince of Egypt was a good movie, that's one thing that they really present, the time frame.
Yeah.
You remember Moshe was like a normal middle-aged guy.
Yep.
With brown hair.
Yep.
He went, and then they would cut scene, like the next day he'd come and ask him again.
Yep.
Like, this should be like a time.
Those movies were horribly misrepresented in scripture. Very, very horribly. And they could have picked those time frames. Movies can do that now.
Yeah.
They're doing stuff you ain't never seen before. Showing you what happened 5 years ago. Then they fast forward it. They're going backwards and forward and putting the whole picture together. They could have done it. 2 years. At the end of 2 years, Yahuah again sent Moshe to Pharaoh. He had to wait another 2 years. The Most High is moving slowly. We're sitting in the borders waiting to go into the wilderness, and some people can't stand it. He's moving slowly. The Most High said, you're on my time, Jack. This is my time, not your time. And so when he making us wait, while we wait within the borders, some of our people say, we done waited long enough. We ain't wait no more. We're going back. And they go back. They would have went into the wilderness, become rebels anyway. Those people, everyone that go back, they would have been rebels in the wilderness. He's trying to fine-tune us as much as possible. What I mean by fine-tuning, he's trying to get us to a place of weeding out the rebels before we even go to the wilderness. But we've seen rebels come within the borders and end up back in the lands of captivity.
And at the end of 2 years, Yahuah again sent Moshe to Pharaoh to bring forth the children of Yasharal and to send them out of the land of Mizraim. And Moshe went and came to the house of Pharaoh, and he spoke to him the words of Yahuah who had sent him. But Pharaoh would not hearken to the voice of Yahuah, and Yahuah roused his might in Mizraim upon Pharaoh and his subjects. And Yahuah smote Pharaoh and his people with very great and sore plagues.
So here the most high, now he's striking them with his plagues. He's hitting them with his plagues. He hardened Pharaoh's heart. He's hitting them with the plagues, and he's teaching us something. He did all this to teach us his time and his timing. And if we don't dig into his time and his timing, and we forever say, oh, well, yeah, he sent Moshe to Mizraim and he delivered the children of Yasharal out of Mizraim, and we done. If we always keep that before us, we will never understand his time. And when we come within the borders, we understand his time, and we sit and wait. And we know the wait, and while we're waiting, we can endure. You see, only those that endure to the end. Our people ain't trying to endure to the end. Numbers 33 and 39.
Aaron was 123 years old when he died on Mount Horeb.
All right, we're fast forwarding now. We already know they spent 40 years in the wilderness. There is 40 more years. 40. And when he died, of course, you add the 40 to that, to the 80, you get 120. 123 years old. And we won't be out of here in a year or two. Deuteronomy 34 and 7.
Moshe was 120 years old when he died. His eyes were not dim, nor his natural vigor diminished.
So they were approximately, Aaron, of course, 3 years older. But they spent 40 years in the wilderness. All of that time, everything Moshe went through, and he didn't even get to go into the land. He got to go and look. He was able to behold, but couldn't go in. Don't y'all see why? I sympathize with Moshe. I understand why he asked the Most High one last time, can I please go into the land? Most High got hot with Moshe. Don't you ask me anymore. I already done told you. He went through all of this. And we know and understand it was from the people. The reason he didn't get to go into the land. They had him so hot, so upset. Yeah, people can frustrate you. You deal with all them hundreds of thousands of people. Them stiff-necked people. We can't deal with a few stiff-necked people in our immediate family. That's challenging. And he had to deal with all those stiff-necked people. We're learning about the Most High's time. We're understanding our time is not his time. But when his time comes, be ready. Psalms 21 and 9.
You shall make them as a fiery oven in the time of your anger.
There is a time of his anger. And see, we're praying that he removed the wicked. We're praying that the time come when he began to do something with the wicked. This is what the righteous are praying. Cut it off. You promise. It's a prophecy to uproot all wickedness.
Yahuah shall swallow them up in his wrath, and the fire shall devour them.
Fire shall devour them. We know he destroyed the earth with water, and we know the next destruction, fire, explosions.